Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the first edition of Inside Rodeo on the US Cowboy YouTube channel as we premiere all things NFR. And if you did not watch our video Monday, if you did not watch No Huddle Rodeo on Tuesday, a reminder of our new schedule of Tuesday, No Huddle Rodeo, big time breakdown of every single event coming weekly leading into the NFR. Today, Wednesday, this video, Inside Rodeo, a deeper look at every single event, one specific topic. We're going to give you some athletes to watch. Like I said, digging a little deeper in every single event. On Thursdays, we are going fantasy rodeo. We're making picks. We're giving recommendation. We're filling out a roster of our own, all things for you to win that trail or win that belt buckle, win the hundreds of thousands of dollars available in cash prizes in fantasy rodeo. But today, live from the Fort Worth Stockyards, just like always, this is Inside Rodeo, and we are taking a deeper look at 6 bull riders who could win the average in Las Vegas. Yes, there are 15 there. But I wanted to do 5, but as I went through the list, I think these 6 guys, I can almost promise you, these 6 guys, the NFR average winner, and probably the world champion if they are the NFR average winner, will come from this crop of 6 bull riders. And we're going to start with the most decorated of them. That is Stetson Wright, back from injury. Not quite the man to beat. Wacey Schalla still number 1 with about $352,000. Stetson with $350,000. But what Stetson Wright has done this year statistically really is incredible. All projections say he will ride the most bulls this year. And here is why I think that is the case. Here's why if I had to pick, I would probably take him as my NFR average pick. First of all, 63.6%, led the PRCA in riding percentage. The last time he was healthy in 2023, 62% for the regular season there. So there's only been 2 instances of a guy riding at least 60% for a regular season in the last 3 years. Both of them are Stetson Wright. The last NFR we saw him healthy at was all the way back in 2022, which is kind of crazy to say. He rode 8 bulls that year. So the last 2 full seasons he has been healthy, led the PRCA in riding percentage. The last NFR he was healthy, won the world title, won the average, rode 8 bulls, rode 8 of 10 to do it. And then furthermore, this really stunned me this year. Last year, 52.1% was the leader in riding percentage. That was Hayes Waite entering the NFR. Again, Stetson, 63.6%. On top of that, obviously in the bull riding, it's going to come down to who rides the most bulls, as it often does. But if it comes down to scores, Stetson Wright, over 86 points, well over 86 point average score. That is the tops in the PRCA as well. The next guy we're going to go to, Stetson's good buddy, Kai Hamilton. Kai Hamilton, also coming off of an injury. Last time we saw him at the National Finals Rodeo, 2023. What did he do? Won the world title, covered 6 bulls. It was actually the second time in his career he covered 6 bulls. He also did that in 2022. So Kai Hamilton's last 2 NFRs, 2022 and 2023, he has covered 6 of 10 bulls, each of those NFRs, 3rd in the average in 2022, 1st in the average in 2023. And like Stetson Wright, well, Stetson Wright leads in these categories, but Kai Hamilton for the entire year, 57.4% riding percentage. His last full year healthy in 2023, his world title year, 51%. So over the last 3 seasons, the only guy with a higher riding percentage overall than Kai Hamilton is Stetson Wright. And lastly, Kai Hamilton won almost $100,000 in the last 5 weeks of the regular season. He will come in the hottest bull rider. Won the Governor's Cup, won the Rough Rider Cup, won Puyallup, 9 rides of 90-plus points. That is second behind only Stetson Wright. The next guy, Hudson Bolton, a rookie, which is crazy to say a rookie could win the NFR average because NFR rookies, not just resist all rookies for the entire year, NFR rookies historically struggle at the National Finals Rodeo in the bull riding. They are only really expected, quite frankly, in your first NFR, you're only really expected, and history backs this up, to ride 2 or 3 bulls. So that's going against Hudson Bolton. But what is going for Hudson Bolton is the fact that he was the PBR Rookie of the Year. And he rode in the PBR World Finals. And in the PBR World Finals, which is maybe the only place in the world that has better stock in the bull riding than the PRCA in the NFR, he was 4 for 5, second in the event only to Jose Vitor Leme. He finished 7th in the PBR World Standings. He is 6th in the PRCA World Standings. And if you look at how he finished his year in the PRCA, 92 at the Duel at the Dunes, 90 at the Pendleton Extreme Bulls, and then he went off to the PBR Teams Finals, where he rode for the New York Mavericks. So between PBR Teams Finals and the highest pressure situations in PRCA Rodeo, Hudson Bolton has covered 60%, 12 of his last 20 bulls. He is looking to become the first bull rider ever to win PBR and PRCA Rookie of the Year. Next, another guy with a terrific regular season, Tristen Hutchings, $292,000. He is in that world title race. He is in the thick of that world title race. He won Houston. He won the George Paul. He won St. Paul. All 3 very difficult bull ridings to win. And this is a guy like your Kai Hamilton, like Stetson Wright, a lot of early NFR success in Tristen Hutchings' career. Last year, 2024, placed at 5 rounds, was out for round 10 due to injury, so he rode 5 of 9 bulls. He only rode 2 in 2023, but then in his NFR debut in 2022, he won 4 go-rounds, rode 5 bulls total. So in his NFR career, we are looking at a guy who is 12 of 30, which is pretty good when you stack things up in an NFR career. A guy who has covered over 50% in 2 of his 3 National Finals rodeos. And a guy who last year led the PRCA in 90-plus point rides. He had 5 again this year, 14 total for the last 3 seasons. That is 3rd behind only Stetson Wright and Kai Hamilton. J.R. Stratford is our next guy who could do it. J.R. Stratford is the lowest ranked of our guys we think could win that NFR average. But he's number 8 in the world. Statistically, though, 58.6%. That ranks 2nd in the PRCA this year behind only Stetson Wright in riding percentage. He's also top 5 in average score, 84.86 points. Very, very good recipe for a guy who felt like in coming up 2019, 2020, 2021, he was going to be the next big thing. However, only 1 NFR appearance. It came in 2022, and he was out for injury for the last 6 rounds. So he's only 1 of 4. So that's the thing working against J.R. Stratford is he rode so well all year long. He kicked it up even in the summer. He rode over 60% in the summer run. So he was terrific down the stretch this season. I expect him to be good in Vegas, but all these other guys, Tristen Hutchings, Kai Hamilton, Stetson Wright, even Hudson Bolton for what he did at the PBR World Finals, have proven on a big stage they can handle the best bulls in the world. Well, now is his time to prove it because he has not won or he's not ridden a bull at the NFR since 2022. And he's only made the whistle once in his career at the National Finals. Lastly, I know you've probably been waiting on this. Where is number 1? Where is Wacey Schalla? Well, we're going to talk about the guy who made $352,000 and led the PRCA World Standings and won the Cheyenne Extreme Bulls and won Calgary and won Denver and won Nashville and won a boatload of other rodeos, 16 overall, tied with Stetson Wright for the most in the PRCA, 6 playoff series rodeos. When the best of the best were there, 6 of the 60 times Wacey Schalla was your champion. However, for a number 1 man in the world, he did only ride 45.8%, which is lower than you would expect. But the thing that you cannot measure with Wacey Schalla is he was the most clutch bull rider all summer long. When he needed a big ride, he got a big ride. When he needed a qualified ride, he got a qualified ride. In Calgary, when no one else rode in front of him, and he just needed to make the whistle to make $50,000, he did that. When he had to be 90 at Rodeo Austin twice in a row in the semifinals to win the semifinals, and then be 91 to win the finals, he did that. And so it's kind of like J.R. Stratford, where I could throw out stats at you for Wacey Schalla, but Wacey Schalla might just have good old-fashioned toughness, and he might have the good old-fashioned clutch gene. And he's going to need it if he wants to hold off Stetson Wright, if he wants to hold off Kai Hamilton, wants to hold off Tristen Hutchings. Those are kind of your four guys in the world title race. Wacey Schalla has all the talent to do it. He very much proved it this year. You don't make $352,000 by accident. The stats aren't necessarily on his side, but this is sports. This is championship. This is where legends are made in Las Vegas. So some dork like me talking about stats doesn't matter when you got 10 head to get on into Thomas & Mack. Because if you get on 10 head and ride 6 or 7 of them, which Wacey Schalla definitely can, you're a world champion, and your riding percentage on how you got there means nothing. And so Stetson Wright has proven he can answer the bell. Kai Hamilton has proven he can answer the bell. Wacey Schalla has proven he can answer the bell in the regular season. He's proven that many times over. Now we will see. The stakes have been raised. We will see if he can do that in Las Vegas. No disrespect to the other 9 bull riders. Those are the 6. I think those are your 6 guys who are going to have what it takes to ride 6, 7, 8 bulls. And one of them is going to walk away the NFR average champion. And I would be shocked if you look at even the top 3 or 4, you didn't see a combination of some of these 6 names on the list. Something to watch out for, something to keep an eye on. This has been the first edition of Inside Rodeo. Remember, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we've got NFR preview coverage coming your way 4 days a week on the US Cowboy YouTube. Also follow along on our social channels. We are just getting started this week, and we can't wait to have you along for the ride. We'll see you tomorrow as we do some fantasy rodeo picks. Going to the timed event end of the arena, we are talking team roping headers. This has been the first edition of Inside Rodeo. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. We appreciate it, and we will see you tomorrow on the US Cowboy YouTube with more NFR coverage.